Good day, everyone. So today we're going to talk about something very interesting, artificial intelligence in crime fighting. So Luca, tell us, what are the examples?
Well, when I was preparing for this session, I first of all I was very happy because for once I was looking into AI for good. So
Hmm.
examples on where AI can be used for public good, and I found
Hmm.
three very good examples. I think the first one is gunfire detection, and so
Hmm.
this is fascinating actually because, as you know, cities are becoming smarter and smarter, which means that there are fleets of heterogeneous sensors that are deployed into towns and cities. We all think about cameras, okay,
Hmm.
but it's not only that. It's about sensors of movement, traffic, um, microphones, and some of them are more respectful of the privacy. For instance, I like microphones because with sound you can already get a lot of information
Hmm.
out of a city, for instance, and yeah, you don't have problems with faces, identification of people with video. And the first example is gunfire detection. So
Hmm.
there is a project, I think it's called the Shot Spotter, and essentially with these microphones, you're able to very accurately locating the specific event using
Hmm.
its sound. So if you have a gunshot, obviously the sound is very specific. There are very specific frequencies, and the physics of triangulation
Hmm.
tells you that if you have at least three microphones, okay, these three microphones, by computing the um, delay on this
Hmm.
specific reference sound, which is the gunshot, are able to locate with a fairly accurate precision uh, the place where that gunshot was fired. Does it make sense, Michelle?
Yeah, that's also like it's very interesting how they do that, no? So basically, if there's a gunshot that's fired and you have a couple of sensors around the city, they're able to figure out the location based on how much of the sound is heard and the type of sound. So it like gives information regarding the distance. Is that
Yeah,
right?
it's three sensors that you need. So you need
Mm-hmm.
three microphones, and these
Mm-hmm.
microphones are going to estimate the position of the
Mm.
gunshot using the delay
Ah, yes, yes.
that on that specific trigger sound, which is the gunfire. And using the
That's really
delay,
interesting.
they can estimate the position, which is pretty
Wow.
cool.
Yeah,
The
that's super
sec
cool.
the second one is about um, security cameras. So this is a little bit
Mm-hmm.
more invasive when it comes to privacy.
Mm.
But there is I mean, this technology has been around for a number of years, and I'm talking here about license plate recognition.
Mm-hmm.
So what you can do with that license plate recognition is law enforcement. You can also have a database where you pour everything that um, goes through a specific gate. I've
Mm-hmm.
seen in the last 5 years, 5 to 10 years, this technology being deployed on police cars, and all of a sudden police cars become moving sensors. So
Yeah,
cameras embedded on these police cars can detect license plates around them, and then enrich and maintain this database of license plates that are geolocated and stored.
that's pretty interesting. So you could basically just have a car that does nothing but roam around the city and just like,
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
So take this,
Mm-hmm.
take this technology, combine it with autonomous vehicles, and
Mm-hmm.
all of a sudden, you can really monitor in real time who is moving and where these people are going.
That's very cool.
Pretty cool, yeah. I would like to close with a third and final example that I
Mm-hmm.
found of AI for good, and this is about predicting future crimes. So, as you know, there's a lot of information that we can use to predict crime.
Mm-hmm.
Historical data, if correctly geolocated, is a very powerful example of these such data. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I think there is a pilot running in Los Angeles, as well as other American cities. So this is very interesting and a bit creepy actually, because essentially what you can think of doing is to predict a crime before it actually happens. Okay, which you know which has some implications, because if you know
Yeah.
that a crime will happen, and I'm a law enforcement manager, I would optimally look allocate my uh, police workforce in strategic places. And again, this is something that obvious. This is something that they already do, because if there is,
Yeah.
a big event, if there is a stadium full of people, I mean, they already know that they need
Hmm.
more law enforcement there because something might happen. This is just capitalizing on big data
Hmm.
combined with machine learning to do that better with an optimized
Yeah.
data-driven approach.
Hmm. So it follows historically what profiling really does. So they look at like the historical context. It's just that they're doing this at a larger scale and much faster.
Absolutely. Yeah, faster and also
Perfect.
in a more tailored, granular way.
Hmm. All right. Okay, so we had three examples. Everyone, AI is doing things for good in crime prevention.
Yes, and we
Thank
encourage
you.
you to look into ShotSpotter,
Hmm.
into Predpool, which are the two examples that we mentioned here. All the links are going to be in the description below. And thank you very much for listening or watching this episode. Bye bye.
Bye.